I had a career in banking. I did it for 42 years, and I decided to leave early to spend time with my mom in Crete, who had been deprived of her only daughter for many, many years. But then I started getting bored, because you cannot go from an intense career in the city of London to doing very little. And my husband knew my passion for food and cooking, so he suggested one day that I enter the competition of MasterChef in the UK. And I thought, this is a great opportunity for me to challenge myself, but also to showcase the beauty of our food, which not many people know. Even the tourists who keep going back to Greece because they love the food as well as everything else, they don't get to see really the real food that Greeks eat in their homes. So I saw the MasterChef as an incredible platform that would allow me to show that beautiful unknown Greek food. You see, after a few years living in a beautiful part of England, a beautiful countryside, I did not feel challenged, and I felt I had a lot to give. And I also thought it would actually make a wonderful example to people I care about, but also to the wide world, that you are never old enough to change your life. You're never old enough to have another career. And even now, I believe that I could have a third career. So I decided to go for it. It keeps me alive, it keeps me on my toes. I enjoy every minute of the day. I do different things that have to do with food, taught university students, wrote my cookbook, do lives on social media. I'm doing this wonderful course that I hope everybody will be enjoying and cooking and eating from it. So all the reasons that I did it for have really paid off for me. I wanted a challenge, and my husband suggested I did MasterChef, and it was a big challenge. It was non-stop. The energy in the studio is incredible. There was a lot of pressure, but you know, I loved talking about the ingredients I was using. I loved working with other people who were also passionate about their cuisines, the food that they were cooking. And all the time, when I was talking with guests, guest chefs or critics or the permanent critics of the show, and I was explaining to them the ingredients of Greek cuisine, they were loving it. And I was in turn loving their reaction to it. So it was both very stressful, but also very rewarding. My knowledge in cooking comes from so many different sources. When I was little, I was constantly in my grandmother's kitchen, and my grandmother fed many people. On a daily basis, she would feed her children, who was 7, her and my grandfather, who was a priest. Because he was a priest, the house was full of visitors all the time. They had people working in the fields, and they had to feed them in the evening. And it was me and my 2 brothers also. So she was a cooking machine, and she was cooking for about 20 people every day, and I was there, witnessing it all. And I think I was absorbing the memories, I was absorbing the knowledge, the processes, the understanding. They say that some of the strongest memories are smells, and for me, food is smells. And whenever I cook, I think of my loved ones. My mother continued what my grandmother was doing and offering me. My mother was very sociable, my father was sociable, our house was full of guests all the time, my mom was cooking all alone. So I was absorbing knowledge. And when I married and came to England, I needed to please my husband, be a good wife, so I started buying cookery books. And I loved experimenting. My first cookery book was Moroccan cuisine. And I started learning about the cuisines of the world. And I think through books, TV cooking programs that I always enjoyed and I still continue to watch, and my experience in MasterChef and writing the book have actually all completed the knowledge that I now carry. And I will never stop learning, because it's just exciting to learn about new foods. The flavors of Greek food are reliant very much of the freshness and the quality of the ingredients, many of which have grown in the sunlight. What that does to vegetables and fruit is brings about sugars, it intensifies flavors. So actually when you cook Greek food, your ingredients give you a lot of the flavor. But then you can cook Greek food wherever you are in the world and inject beautiful flavors by using the herbs that we use, by using lots of lemon, the wonderful extra virgin olive oil we use. Just by cooking slowly, as some of our dishes are cooked in the oven. We start from a saucepan, we finish in the oven. So the whole cooking process and the quality of the ingredients give you lots of beautiful, very fresh, very aromatic, very health-inducing kind of flavors. The people who do this course, I think, will get a very, very strong foundation of what Greek food is about. I hope that I can take them on an essential journey. So they will learn specific recipes, how to create something. If they want to use their imagination and do different things with what I show them, wonderful, because I'm giving a little bit of information here and there, how you can make things a little bit differently. But even if they cook exactly the dishes of the course and they share them in their family or present them at a dinner party, even if they run a small cafe or restaurant and they want to actually cook them for a Greek night or a Greek week, I actually think that they will get a lot of pleasure themselves and offer a lot of pleasure, because these dishes are all very iconic and very representative of our cuisine. I have so many favorite dishes. It's asking me what my favorite dish is asking me which child of my own I love. And you know, I have preferences for winter and summer because our food is seasonal. So in the summer, really you cannot beat a Greek salad. I'm sorry, it's one of the simplest things to make, but if you make it well, it's so delicious. So I probably eat a Greek salad every day during the summer months, particularly when I'm in Crete. In the winter, I like a bit of the heavier sauces, a bit of the slow-cooked dishes. Yemista is another dish, the stuffed vegetables that I enjoy very much in the summer. In the winter months, I love pulses, the dish that I cook and I show you in the course of the gigantes beans. It's delicious in the winter months. I have so many. My favorite restaurant in the whole wide world right now is L'Enclume. It is in my village. It has 2 Michelin stars, and the chef is Simon Rogan. There's so many chefs. I guess I would have to say Simon. He has featured on the Great British Menu. He's multi-awarded actually. He's got 5 Michelin stars altogether. I love his food. A favorite book is called Kazana. It is written by a fellow MasterChef winner, and it has food from India. And I love sometimes in the winter months to cook some Indian food. The Sound of Music, my favorite movie of all time. It makes me feel good, it makes me feel happy. I sing all the songs, I know them. Every Christmas day I play The Sound of Music. I would love to visit Chile and be lost in Patagonia. It's a dream to visit Chile.